Life happens, right? And usually we can't help it sometimes. So, what do you do when you face a major financial setback? This and more on today's episode of Answering Your Money Questions. The first question I have here says, how do I handle an unexpected financial setback? Which could also mean an emergency. Because what you mean by an unexpected financial setback is an issue where you don't know, you didn't expect it to happen. So that's it. That's exactly an emergency. And usually what we recommend is that you should be prepared for emergencies. But of course, like I said, life happens and you don't know. Sometimes you can't prepare enough for the things that happen to you. So when you face such circumstances, one of the things you must have is the will to come out of it. You have to be determined that that's not the end of life and that you can come out of it. I mean, many people have had setbacks in their finances a lot of times, and today they are thriving and flourishing, and you too can. So make sure that you have the will to continue. That's when you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So let's assume that you are just in a major financial debt that you never envisaged. Maybe you had a great business plan, you had support from people, and they were able to fund your business. And right now the business has failed and you don't know what to do. One of the first things you need to do is to be true to yourself. You must know exactly where you are. Okay, why did this happen and where are we? How much am I really owing? I can never forget the story of a man that was shared in church who owed a lot of people. And there was really no light at the end of the tunnel. He just didn't know how he was going to pay back. But eventually he was able to pay back. Some of them forgave him the debts, and some other people, he was able to pay them in installments until he was completely debt-free. And I'm talking about a major amount here. So there's really nothing that happens to you financially that you can bounce out of. You just have to have the will to bounce back. One of the things you must ensure is that you live on a budget. Now, a budget is you telling your money what you want it to do. I don't blame you entirely for the financial setback. If you had put some things in place like a budget and building an emergency fund, the impact of the setback may not be as serious as it is today. So all of these financial principles you've heard from us over time, you need to execute on them. So from now onwards, make a budget. How am I going to come out of this? Sometimes your budget is not even based on an income that you have. It is based on an expectation, because if you're in business, you may not be able to tell exactly how much you're coming, but we still work with a budget. So have a plan for how you want to pay back and get to work on executing. It may be tough, it may be challenging, but with the right adjustments and discipline, you will definitely come out of financial setback. So make sure you have another source of income. If, for example, the financial setback is you lost your job, how can you get another job and make sure you keep it this time? Number 2, have a budget that you live on. Number 3, of course, the first thing that I said is you should have the will to walk out of it. And with these principles combined with support from family and friends, I'm sure you will definitely bounce back. The next question that I have here is closely related to this. It says, what is the difference between emergency fund accounts and a regular savings account? Very simple. Just like when you have an unexpected setback, an emergency fund is to cater for unexpected things. I can't overemphasize this. Why? A lot of people today have reclassified what emergencies are. Birthdays are now emergencies. A friend's visit is now an emergency. A wedding has become an emergency. All sorts of things are now emergencies. Those are not. An emergency is something that is going to happen. You know they may happen, but you don't know when. So they are unexpected. So that will be things like maybe a home repair, the roof suddenly falls off. You didn't envisage that. A car breakdown, sometimes your cars don't give you the notice. A child falls sick or a family member. A job loss, you didn't know it will happen. They just retrenched everybody. So they could be things that you didn't expect them, but they happen. So that's what emergencies are. So whatever you're saving that money for in an emergency fund account, it is to cater to things like that, not to house rent, not to school fees. I can understand when maybe there's a high cost of living and then the school owners increased the fees suddenly without you expecting it. Yes, now you can call that an emergency. But your regular rent, your regular school fees, those are not emergencies. Those are things that tell you, I'm going to come in 3 months, so prepare for me. The case is, if it's a case of I'm not earning enough to cater for them, maybe they shouldn't be in that expensive school that is more than your income. We have to learn to live within our means. So an emergency fund is a fund that you set aside to cater to things that are unexpected. Now, your regular savings account could be for your regular needs, your transportation to work. You want to pay groceries, you want to pay for utility bills, regular savings. You could have also savings for goals, your wedding, your wife's birthday, your child's party, whatever it is. You can have different savings for different purposes, but all in all, they're all savings accounts. They just attend to different needs per time. All right, so that's it on this episode of Answering Your Money Questions. Don't forget, you can be part of the MoneyWise community. Simply visit the link below the video and you can join the community. Remember, within the community, you have video resources that can help you with your finance, articles, discussion topics, networking opportunities with people who are going on the same financial journey as you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for when the next video will be up. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.